and welcome back to Not Even a Season, a quick listen to some overlooked music from the history of television. Hey, we started off this podcast with some shows that turned out to be more obscure than I thought they were, so I'm happy to move things forward into the 1980s and our first comedy. Here's an excerpt of today's music, the theme to the family sitcom On Mutant Lane. On Mutant Lane was a clever twist on the typical family sitcom, described by one critic as the Munsters in reverse. It follows the Smiths, an aggressively normal American nuclear family who grab their piece of the American dream by buying a home at a bargain price. Their home is a bargain because it is in the infamous 3 Mile Canal, a development built over a former toxic Superfund site. Its undesirable location has kept prices low, and the neighborhood has become an enclave of misfits and freethinkers who challenge the closely guarded preconceptions and restrictions the Smiths arrive with. On Mutant Lane was as welcoming and transformative as the Smiths' new home. The show's theme of acceptance, personal exploration, and community responsibility was frankly subversive for the time and for the format. But On Mutant Lane had a problem dealing with the economic disparity of Superfund sites. Toxic waste sites are almost exclusively in poorer communities. While the show's producers were clearly siding with those affected, many people still thought they were making fun of those communities. The show wasn't helped by some tone-deaf marketing from the network, like the tagline, "Superfund? Super fun." Ugh. On Mutant Lane ran for one highly reviewed season and then was shut down over its hiatus. Everyone involved, both for and against the show, meant well, but the issue got too tangled to unravel. So here's the opening theme to 1984's On Mutant Lane. Hey, at the end, listen for a bit of bagpipe played by audience favorite Mr. McPhail. Thanks for joining me today on Not Even a Season. You know, I thought I had cleared up that whole thing about James Band in the last show, and I still got even more comments insisting his last name is Bond. And I got an email from someone who claims to be a native San Franciscan and insists there was never a blimp patrol there. I don't know what to tell you guys. You can look this all up on the Internet Knowledge Database. I'm not making this stuff up. Anyways, this episode is brought to you, as always, by Probable Cloud Computing, bringing the untapped power of quantum computing to you today. Fast, reliable, maybe even infinite, it's probable. Hey, next week, we jump forward in time again to land in the 90s with the very funky theme from Devereaux. Should be fun. See you then.
Not Even a Season is a Required Field Productions production. Written, composed, and produced by Jamie Gower. This is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental.